You and myself, we need to have a little sit down, a chit chat about the events that just took place. If you guys are looking for some emotion, some passionate energy, feel free to watch my last video. I reacted to the trailer. Believe it or not, man, I did that. I did that. That is nonsense. Yeah, look at all of them. But in this video, we're gonna take it a little bit serious. We're gonna lay out everything we know about Riders Republic to date based on all the publicly available information, and that's primarily the trailer, dude. There's a lot of hidden nooks and crannies in there. Stuff you need to be made aware of. I can't wink. Ah, shoot. There's 5 key points I want to touch on. First off, the different types of sports and gear that were included, all the locations that were presented, tricks we saw, game modes included in the trailer, and lastly, some wild cards. There's a lot of them. So far we know wingsuits, including rocket wingsuits, are in the game, and obviously skiing, snowboarding, and bikes, dude. Don't worry, man, I didn't forget everybody's favorite. Paragliding, dude, it's confirmed she's in the game. Now, there was one more sport that was teased in the trailer. If you weren't watching closely, you probably missed it. Did you see it? Did you see it? Buddy, snowmobiling, it's in the game. Like, so sick. So this is huge news. Prior to this, there weren't any motor-based sports. Snowmobiling is the first to be teased in the trailer. This could possibly indicate maybe there's more motorsports that weren't included in the trailer. Snowmobiling might be the only one, but speculating, it would be really cool to see perhaps if dirt biking was included, quads, that kind of thing. Regardless, so sick, dude, to see snowmobiles in this game. Let's take it back to biking for a second. Biking's a very broad definition. There's a lot of different types of biking that encompasses the overall sport. And if you watch the trailer, you'll notice Ubisoft actually took that into account.
Be it road, freestyle, slopestyle, enduro, or downhill.
Not only did they include a bunch of different bikes ranging from road to downhill, but as we'll see later on, they actually cater to each specific type of biking through a variety of events. Now the narrator goes on to say something pretty sweet.
As you grow, the drip gets so slick, and it'll help you drop bigger cliffs.
So this is a sweet feature that's being insinuated here. So it states, as you grow, the drip gets so slick, and it'll help you drop bigger cliffs there, rubber ducky. So I imagine this is insinuating as you level up, you'll have the opportunity to purchase new types of gear, whether that be skis, bikes, boards. Not only will the new types of gear have aesthetic value, but they'll also have playability value. So as the narrator said, this new type of gear allowed this dude to drop a bigger cliff. So you can see the sender on his first bike bails on this massive drop. Once he comes back with a new bike, just absolutely stomps it. So that implies a higher level bike or a higher level pair of skis could have speed boost, trick boost, durability boost, dude, any type of boost you can imagine. Now, I imagine the type of gear you have is going to be crucial in defining who you are amongst this massive multiplayer playground. Remember, the trailer showed off some really cool game modes like that mass race. Makes sense, the people with the best bike definitely have an upper hand at, you know, taking the win, dude, taking the dub. Now, last thing before we move on to the locations.
Sign with hot sponsors.
You might have missed it.
Sign with hot sponsors.
But it does say, buddy, it says you can sign with different sponsors. I would imagine this would play a part in what types of gear you could get. Again, I don't know the names that are included in Riders Republic, but it would be really cool to see the trade-off, the pros and cons to being sponsored by Norco bikes, for example, versus being sponsored by Specialized. You know, maybe you take the perspective as a more downhill rider in this game and perhaps Specialized caters to you more in that genre. I don't know, dude, just throwing ideas out there, but it is really cool that Ubisoft stated you can be sponsored by different companies. Yeah, again, there is a lot of them. Taking a look at the snippet of the map they showed us, there is a massive amount of snow and a massive amount of dirt. Looks like the map caters to all the sports they included. That's fantastic. But if you take a look at all the names on that map, they're actual places. Yes, sir. I mean the IRL. First up, we got Yosemite Valley out in California. When you compare what it looks like in real life to the gameplay they showed, buddy, they did a fantastic job. Next up, down to the left, we have Mammoth City, and most likely that's Mammoth Mountain as well. If you guys are unfamiliar with it, it is a massive ski and snowboard resort down in California. In the trailer, they included footage of Mammoth Mountain, particularly the city, which looks like this massive urban playground. Kids going off at tops of buildings. It'd be sick if you could gap all the way over here to the snowball. You have huge quarter pipes, one over here, big roof gaps. Really cool rail features going around the outside of this complex as well. You can see a couple rippers shredding it. All around a huge urban playground. More so to the middle, we got Glacier Point, which looks like this. Rest assured, I'm gonna be skiing down there, buddy. And over to the right, we got North Dome, which is a perfect location to go for a bike ride with your children. Yes. Moving on to the dirt locations. So this part of the map is taken after Zion National Park out in Utah. It looks like this. Once again, the game did a fantastic recreating this in a virtual setting. You can just see a bunch of rocket wingsuits cruising through it. Showcasing some locations, we got Great White Throne, which is this enormous pillar created by the good Lord to toss some dubs off of. Over to the left, we have Cathedral Mountain. Gonna be really sick to take a bike down this. So on the map, you can see all these white entities. Assume that's an indicator for individual players. So I guess a lot of people are session Cathedral Mountain right now. If that's the case, that's a pretty cool feature to have. You can go where the herd is. Everybody jumped off a bridge, would you? I mean, yeah, if everybody's jumping off a bridge, there's probably something good down there. They also included the subway, which is this really cool natural tunnel system going through Zion. I'd imagine it's carved out by water. Any geologists out there, help a brother out. This location, definitely best for the rocket wingsuit. And skis, buddy. Every location is good for skiing. One key area they show off in the trailer is Bryce Canyon. Gnarly set of terrain here. You can see some rocks jutting out for some wingsuit obstacles. You can see they morphed the terrain a little bit for some biking aspects. All around, dude, epic playground for the inevitable. Riders Republic, top 5, buddy. She's a-coming. She's coming out. On the trailer, they briefly show off another massive national park, Grand Teton. If you guys are unfamiliar with the location, again, it's a huge national park down in Wyoming, and the terrain looks absolutely nuts, man. Definitely gonna be home to some wicked spots for all the sports in this game. Showing off another national park in the trailer insinuates this game could be a lot bigger than the section of map they showed us, which is super exciting, dude. The scale of this game is likely gonna be enormous. And lastly, we gotta touch on all the special locations that are likely gonna have an integral part in all the events and challenges throughout the game. So Ubisoft teased 3 main ones throughout the trailer. First off, for skiing and snowboarding, X Games is going to be a part of it, so likely to see obviously a big super pipe competition, maybe slope style, big air, those types of events. And then for the biking MTB side of things, we got Red Bull Joyride and Red Bull Rampage. Even if you're not familiar with the biking culture, even if you don't own a bike, even if you just despise biking, do yourself the biggest favor on the planet and go watch Red Bull Rampage. Like, it was insane, nuts. Remember, buddy, it's in the game. Like, so sick, so hyped for it. So the trailer showcased some tricks we're all familiar with. So we saw some tail whips and even some late whips, which is super tight. Massive Supermans, 360s. And dude, just look at that axis he hits. Ubisoft did a wicked job making the rotations look somewhat realistic and so steezy. Saw somewhat of a can-can, I think that was there. On the ski and snowboard side, we saw a lot of different grabs and a lot of different axes, rodeos, corks. All of that's fantastic news, dude. And I can't forget for all the jib lovers out there. Ubisoft included a huge variety of rail features into the game, so obviously all your 50/50s, board slides, lip slides, whatever you want, dude, those needs, they're gonna be fulfilled. All right. Then they also showcase some tricks that are far from conventional. In Riders Republic, man, dude, you do not need your feet on the board. Also, can we just appreciate the fusion of 2 sports here? We got a snowboarder wearing Harlow apparel. That is just downright beautiful. Moving on, there was a section in the trailer where you could see somebody do a Superman double seat grab. More so a dirt bike trick, but buddy, so sick to see it in the game. And lastly, the gnarliest one that stood out to me, there was a part in the trailer where a skier did either a fat daffy or a screaming seaman. And skiing a screaming seaman is when you take one ski and put it over the other midair. And your only hope is that you unwind with both your skis uncrossed so your ACLs stay intact. Now, it's really hard to tell whether or not this is a screaming seaman from the shot. It may just be a big daffy, but the speculator inside of me wants to say it is a screaming seaman. Dude, that'd be so gnarly. I'll say it one more time. A screaming, a seaman. Yikes. So up until now, the trailer portrayed Riders Republic as this type of free roam game with some embedded challenges and events. Near the end, it mentions the possibility of a ton of different contests.
We the Riders guarantee a ton of insane contests all the time.
And the first one they show off is this idea of a crazy trick battle type game mode. So the trailer first shows off what looks to be the starting platform. Obviously, you got this big boy shark up front here, which looks so sick. Looks like you got two teams separated, ready to rumble. And would you just feast your eyes on the amount of jibs here? Like, goodness gracious. They also give us an aerial view. And buddy, it looks like the Ocean Escape Park had a child and dumped it into a roller coaster park. Like, look at these features. You have this massive loop-de-loop rail. You have a huge gap going over the boat. Huge bowl over here with a bunch of quarter pipes. Bunch of jib features going along the edges of the park. All around it just looks wild, man. Now, if you watch closely in the gameplay they showed us, you can see all these features, the rails, jumps, quarter pipes, they're changing from blue to orange. So considering this is a trick battle, perhaps one team is orange, one team's blue, and whoever scores the highest trick on that particular feature claims it. And pure speculation, but considering they called it a trick battle, I think that would kind of make sense in a contest setting. Regardless, that arena is just downright dope, dude. So stoked to sesh it. And obviously, they showed off one more game mode that I'm particularly stoked for.
And join community challenges like heavy-duty mass races.
They included these mass races, and they're literal mass races. Like if I try and count it up, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16, 27, 28, 29, 37, 38, 39, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Just a rough count, but 49 people in an individual race. Doesn't seem this racetrack is necessarily wide, so think of this as a full contact mass race. There's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. So to reiterate, the narrator did say there's going to be a ton of different contests in Riders Republic. For now, the trailer only showcased 2. If that's the only 2 that are going to be included in the game, I'm not sure. But I would imagine the adjective ton does refer to a number greater than 2. We pretty much covered every element in the trailer, excluding one really important thing.
Yes, big buddy, bro. There are animals. Wild animals.
I don't know if they're there for pure aesthetic value to have as pets or to hunt. Riders Republic X Hunting DLC. But they're there nonetheless, so that's the wild card I have for you. So there you guys go. That's everything we know about Riders Republic to date. I'm going to be following this game very closely, so hopefully we get some new information as we get closer to that February 25th release date. So make sure, buddy, you subscribe to get all the latest updates about Riders Republic and what to expect before the release. Absolutely stoked for this game, dude. Other than that, peeps, know I love you. Know the good. Good Lord. Lord upstairs, buddy. Yeah, he loves you. He loves you dearly, big brother. See you in the next one. Peace out, my peeps.